friends, and welcome to this demo session, demo on cloud computing. Okay, so this is our, a basic demo session today. And tomorrow also we'll take one demo actually. Okay, so we have like 2 demos where we will see some basics of cloud computing, like what is cloud computing? Okay, what are the responsibilities of cloud administrator? And what are the job opportunities we have and what is present and what is future about this particular career? Okay, so these are some of the things that we need to understand today and tomorrow. Okay, so the rules are same here. Just try to follow the basic rules. There is a chat box there. I just send a message in chat box, right? So whenever you have any doubts, you can simply send your queries in the chat box, so I can come to your query at the earliest time. And if you have to talk to me directly at the end of the session, you can talk to me directly. So you have both the options available there. Okay. So let us see what is cloud computing in the simple and the easy way. Okay, so what Amazon says here, let us try to understand. Amazon says cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, it says instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, database on as-needed basis from a cloud provider like AWS. So this is what Amazon says about cloud computing. Okay, so cloud is all about your computer networks, right? Cloud is all about your infrastructure. So let us try to analyze what we have in our physical network, what we have in our on-premise physical network, what are the devices we have. So the most common devices that we use in any on-premise physical network are, let's say this is our data center, on-premise data center here. So here we have physical servers. Okay, then we have server operating system. Okay, server operating system can be Windows or Linux. Then we have some storage devices. We have firewall. Okay, we have a router, and we have like many more devices, like we have cables, we have racks, we have switches, and we have like many more devices in our on-premise physical network. Okay, so by using all these devices, we make our data center. And what is the use of this data center? The use of this data center is we run our applications there, and we store our data there. Okay, so on the server OS and server machine, we run our applications. On storage, we store our data. Firewall is a device that protects our storage and protects our applications. And router is a device that makes communication between our network and the internet. So these are some of the devices that we use in every computer network. Fine. Now, how we can compare this on-premise data center with the cloud data center? So this is what we have in our on-premise data center, right? Now let us try to compare this on-premise data center with your cloud data center. So in cloud, we have everything. We have physical servers, server operating system, physical storage, physical firewall, physical router. We have everything. But in cloud, we will use everything in a form of a service. We are not using any physical, servers directly. Okay, we are running our application on a physical server, but physical server we will use as a virtual server. We are not using storage as a physical storage. Obviously, physical storage will be there, but that physical storage we will use as a virtual storage. Okay, physical firewall will be there, but we will get a virtual service. We'll get a service like security groups and network access control list. Okay, so physical servers will be there, but here we call it as virtual servers. In cloud, we call it as virtual servers. Server operating system, whether it is physical machine or virtual machine, it is absolutely same. And here we call it as AMI. Server OS, what we call here, we call it as Amazon machine image. So Amazon machine image can be Windows operating system image, or it can be like Linux operating system image, whatever. Okay, and coming to storage, we have like different types of services here in storage. Some of them are like EBS service and S3 service. So we have to see all these storage services in great details. It may take at least 1 week for me to go through the storage services. Okay, so we have storage in physical on-premise data center, and we have storage in cloud as well. Okay, then we have firewall in physical data center. What is the use of firewall? Like I said, your firewall is a device that will protect our network from unauthorized access. Firewall is a device that will protect our network from hackers and all those things, right? So in our virtual environment, in our cloud environment, we have something called security group, and we have something called NACL. This acts as a firewall. So whatever physical firewall does, the same thing is done by the security group and NACL. Remember, these are your services. By using these services or by using these options, we can provide security on our data. We can provide security on our applications. Okay. And router will be there, but here we call it as route table. So whatever a physical router does, more or less the route table will do the same work. So we have route table here. So see, we have some similarities between your on-premise physical network and the cloud environment. So whatever we have in on-premise physical data center, everything will be there in the cloud. But the advantage here is it is not under our control. What is the advantage of cloud actually? In cloud, we are using servers. We are using server operating system. We are using, okay, storage. We are using firewalls. We are using route tables. We are using all these resources, but we are using in the form of a virtual environment. Okay, so the physical data center will be under the control of the cloud provider. For example, let's say this is your physical data center. This is your Amazon physical data center. See the size of this data center. It's too big to imagine, right? What are these black boxes here? These are actually known as racks. So this racks contains your servers, firewalls, storage, and all these things. So we just need to connect to this particular place, and we need to use this particular place as a service. We need to connect to this data center, and we will get some services there. Like there is a service called EC2 service. What is the meaning of EC2? EC2 means we are creating a virtual server. There is a service called, VPC. What is this VPC? In this VPC, we are creating our own virtual network. We are creating our own data center there actually. Okay. There is a service called S3. By using this S3, what we do? By using this S3, we just take the storage what we need. So whatever we have in our physical data center, whatever we are using for last many decades, it's not a new thing, right? Computer network is not a new thing. We have computer networks for last many decades. So what we have in our on-premise physical data center, the same thing we are using over the cloud. But the difference here is, if you go with your on-premise physical data center, you need to control everything. Okay, you need to control your physical routers, physical firewalls, physical storage, server operating system, physical servers. You need to control everything. Now with this, what are the other responsibilities you have here? The other responsibilities are power supply. You need to have proper backup. So if there is no power, then there is no computer network, right? The devices will not work without the proper power supply. So we need to maintain proper power supply. In case if the main power line is cut off, then we should have some backup. There should not be any power fluctuation. So we have like many issues there. So anyhow, we need to go with this power supply. Then cooling system. When the devices are running, actually, the devices will generate a lot of heat. Take example of your laptop or mobile phone. If you use a mobile phone for like 4 to 6 hours continuously, you can feel like the mobile phone will generate some heat. So server is a very big machine. Hundreds and thousands and lakhs of people are connected to server. It's a very, machine with high configurations. It will generate more heat. So we need proper cooling system. Okay. We need to troubleshoot all the devices. Whenever there is an issue, we need to troubleshoot this. Okay, so what we have to do here, we have to maintain proper power supply, we have to maintain the cooling system, we have to troubleshoot, and whenever there is a need, upgrade the devices. So these are the problems we were facing for last many decades in our on-premise data center. Upgrading is not an easy thing, my friend. changing your physical server and, removing your older server and adding a new server is always a, big task. Because, whatever configurations, applications, data is there, it is already there in a machine. It's already there in a server, right? Now we are adding a new server here. So when you add a new server, we need to migrate everything from old server to new server. So it's a very challenging thing for any company to maintain the on-premise data centers. Okay. Now, because of this cloud services, companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, IBM, these are your cloud providers, right? So what these companies will do, this company will say, listen, we are providing you all the resources. A cloud provider can say, we will provide you all the resources, like we'll provide you servers, we'll provide you server operating system. Okay, we'll provide you the servers, we'll provide you server operating system, we'll provide you storage, we'll provide you the security features, we'll provide you like routing features, we'll provide everything. And the best part here is, they will say, we will manage your power supply, we'll manage your cooling system, we'll troubleshoot everything, we'll upgrade your hardware whenever there is a need. You no need to worry about all these things. We'll take care of all these things. By taking care of all these things, we'll provide you each and every resource that you need. The only difference here will be, instead of using the resources physically, instead of using the resources directly, we will use the resources in the form of a virtual environment. So there are no physical servers under our control. Physical servers are under the control of cloud provider. Storage is not under my control. Physical storage is under the control of cloud provider. Actually, it is not a problem for a company if the physical servers and storage and routers and firewalls, everything is controlled by the cloud provider. We can simply reduce our work. I don't have any problem. Any company should not have any problem if a cloud provider says, we will manage everything for you, we will control everything for you. That is actually a big relief for companies when a cloud provider says they will manage all this infrastructure for us. So they will manage everything and they will provide you these services. What we need to have here is, we just need to have an account. We need to have an account in AWS. Like for example, if you go and say aws.amazon.com. This is not amazon.com. This is aws.amazon.com. So once you go and say aws.amazon.com, it will ask you to create an account. How to create an account, that we will see in coming classes. But as of now, assume there is an account. I already have an account here. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just sign into the console here. The account that already have, I have already created this. So by using this account, I can log in. So whatever I did now, the way I log in, whatever I did, it will be exactly same for you when you work in a company. You will have the same sort of account. You just need to enter your username and password there. And once you log in, whatever you see here, this is your console home, the main page. You will see exactly the same console there. No difference, my friend. This is actually an account that I have created in Amazon. So every company who is connected to Amazon Web Services will create an account like this, and they will connect and they will log in into this particular account like this. So there are two ways of creating an account. One account we can create, let's say, only for personal use. Another account we can create for business purpose. So we'll create our personal account and we will do all the practicals in. Okay. Now, let me just show you how we can do, how we are going to work. How to connect, we know this, right? We have already seen now. Just say aws.amazon.com and connect. So once you connect to aws.amazon.com, see, it will show you different locations. Where exactly you want to connect here, my friend. See, there is a location like North Virginia. There is a location like Hyderabad. Suppose imagine my business is in Hyderabad. The company for which I am working, that business is in Hyderabad. So I can select the Hyderabad region. So Amazon people have data center in Hyderabad. Okay. Or suppose imagine you are working for a company which is based in Singapore. Then see, Amazon people have a branch in Singapore. They have a data center in Singapore. So Amazon people have, data centers spread across the globe. they have locations, they have data centers present in different locations actually. I'm not saying every city has a, Amazon branch or Amazon data center. That is literally not possible, because how many countries we have, how many big cities we have. It's not possible for any cloud provider to keep a data center for each city. In a country like India, Amazon people have two locations. One is Mumbai, another one is Hyderabad. Just imagine, my friend, if you come to south part of India, let's say Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, okay, Hyderabad, Mysore, these are like very big cities where, we have many big companies, right? And if you go to north side, we have like Mumbai, and we have like, Ahmedabad, we have like Delhi, Noida. These are some places where again we have like very big companies operating from these particular locations, right? So in a country like India, Amazon people have two places where they have data centers, Mumbai and Hyderabad. I don't know, Hyderabad data center, they launched recently in the year 2022. Some, last month of 2022, they launched this particular Hyderabad region. That means till 2022, till mid 2022, they have only Mumbai region. They have only Mumbai region there. So see, such a big company, Amazon, they have only one region or one place from where they are offering cloud services in a country like India. But now, there is more requirement coming, so they have added two. So very soon, hopefully, let us say next couple of years or 3 years, they may add one more location somewhere in India. So when there is more requirement coming, actually, obviously they will add more data centers there. Okay, so this is only about Amazon. Coming to Microsoft, Microsoft also have data center in Hyderabad. Google also have data center in Hyderabad. Okay, a company like IBM also have data center in Hyderabad. A company like Alibaba, they also have a data center in Hyderabad. Okay, so all these cloud providers have data center. It's not like only Amazon is a cloud provider. It's not like only Amazon is providing these services. There are many companies who are providing services. Okay, Amazon is at number one position for many reasons, but beside Amazon, in our country, we have like many companies who have data centers. See, if I go and see the top 10 cloud providers, like a name you like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, all these things. Every company has at least one data center in India. Okay, at least one data center in India. So these data centers, how they look, these data centers will look something like this. Too big to imagine, actually. Let me just show you. Amazon data center. See, these are the data centers we have, friends. See the size of this data center from inside. It's simply too big to imagine, actually. We have like lot of resources. They have huge resources available. See, they have no idea, right? How many companies will be connecting to them? Like what will be the requirement of the company? So whatever is the requirement, they will simply assume, and whatever the requirement they are assuming, maybe 3 to 4 times more resources they will keep in the data centers. This is from outside. These are not small boxes, my friend. These are like two big halls to imagine, two big data centers to imagine. Okay, so like this, Amazon company, Microsoft, all these people, they have data centers located, and they are offering us these services. They are saying, we will provide you the storage, we will provide you all the resources, whatever you need to run your business, we will provide you all the resources. You just connect to us and use our data centers, use our physical data centers, and run your locations and run your applications. Okay, and we will take care of everything here, right? We will take care of your physical resources here. Okay, and we'll take care of this power supply, cooling system, troubleshooting, upgrade. We'll take care of each and everything. You just come to us, connect to our data centers, and run your application. This is as simple as this, my friend. But this simple logic makes our company's work more easier. Our company people life more easier. So it's not possible, or it's not easy for any person to spend crores and crores of rupees, lakhs of dollars on the infrastructure. It's too difficult, my friend. So what we do actually, we just go there and we just, use the resources that are already there. Okay, I'll give one simple example here. You know this, right? Marriage function halls. What is the use of this marriage function hall? Whenever someone is getting married in our family, we just go there and we book a marriage function hall and we just, take the function hall for like 1 day. And whatever people we are inviting, 1,000 people, 200 people, 500 people, 2,000 people, whatever, we will invite these people at this particular location. They will come, they will visit us, they will have the dinner and lunch, whatever, and they'll go happily, right? Now, just imagine, my friend, there is no option of marriage function halls. And suppose you want to host a party for, let us say, 1,000 people. Now, what is the option available for you? You should arrange each and everything, right? You should take a place, you should clean the place, you should arrange all the chairs, okay? You should have some, proper system for food. You should have proper system for like, waiting area. You should have proper system for like, stage and all those things. So it's very difficult for us to imagine like we go and make arrangement for like 1,000 people on our own. It's very difficult, especially if you're living in a city like Hyderabad, or if you're living in some districts and towns, anywhere actually, it's very difficult. But for last 15, 20 years, especially last 15, 20 years, we have the culture of this function halls. If you go to small villages also, we have this function halls, right? This function hall is working as a cloud provider. Function hall people will say, okay, you want to host a party for 1,000 people? No issues, no worries. We will provide you everything. Tell us what is your requirement. So we just need to put our requirement on table and they will say, okay, we'll fulfill your requirement. This much money you have to pay. So as a party, I'll be more than happy to pay that much money because I'll be getting all the needs that I'm looking for in one place, right? And one party will be the functional people will be like managing everything for me. Cloud is something like that, my friend. Instead of, I am managing all these resources. Instead of I am bringing these resources, managing all these resources, I will simply go and contact a cloud provider and they will say, listen, we will provide you everything for you. Just tell us what is your requirement. How many servers do you need? Let's say EC2. How many servers do you need? Suppose if you want to take one server, you can simply go and take one server here. If you want to take 25 servers, just enter the number. If you want to take 250 servers, enter the number. If you want to take 2,500 servers, just enter that particular number there. If you say 2,500 servers, in next 2 to 3 minutes, 2,500 servers will be created for you. Where they are created? They are created in Amazon data center. Right now, I have selected Singapore region here, right? So they will be created in Singapore region. See, so simple, my friend. Do I need to worry about all the physical connections and everything? No. Just select your number of servers and that many servers will be created. Let's see storage. How much storage you need? By default, it has taken 8 GB storage here. But do you need 880 GB, 800 GB, 8000 GB? Just tell us your requirement. Cloud computing is a process where we will use the resources of some other company to store our data and to launch our applications. So the cloud provider will give us a console. This is called console actually. All this is your console. So cloud provider will give the console and they will say, listen, my friend, this is the console. Use the console according to your requirement. So who will use this console? A cloud administrator will use the console. See, in my company, let us say there is a programmer, there is an accounts person, there is a marketing person, there is a HR. There are different people available, right? These people have no idea about this AWS console. I am learning AWS, so I should have the idea about this particular console. I should know how to use this particular console. I should know how to provide security. What is this particular option? What I can do by using this option? I should know this. What is this particular storage? How much storage I need to take? I should know this. How many servers are needed? This is what I should learn. So as a cloud provider here, my friend, I should have the idea of this particular console. I should know about your, operating systems here. I should know about your security, I should know the storage, I should know the networking part, as well as I should know the how many servers we need to launch our applications. So what we learn in this particular course is all about this. We will learn about AWS console, and in this AWS console, we will see like, how much we need and what services are there. Okay, I got a question here. Okay, no problem. If you just join here, this is still a very basic class, Nita, because after a couple of days, when we start the regular classes, it will be like, more detailed discussion. We are simply trying to like, understand what is cloud computing here. Okay, so, okay, I think you're from non-IT background. Remember, I told you if you're from any background, if you're from IT background or non-IT background, it doesn't matter. When we start our classes, I'll take you from the very basics up to the advanced level. Okay, so if any person who joined today and okay, you're working as data scientist, fine. See, we have many services in our AWS which are related to data scientists, or which are related to blockchain, which are related to Internet of Things, migration, satellites, robotics, storage. We have like many services here. But to learn any of the other service here, the first thing we need to do is we need to learn the AWS administration here. This is what we are going to learn. So we have something called analytics here. We have something like compute here. We have something like database, developers tools, game development, Internet of Things, machine learning, media services, migration, net. We have like many services here, my friend. Okay, these are known as actually specialized services. What are the services? These are known as specialized services. Okay, so if you want to start your career in cloud, or if you want to learn something in cloud, actually, this is a course from where you can start your career. In this particular course, we'll be learning about all the basic things in cloud, like what is cloud, what are the types of clouds we have, how to connect to cloud, what are the services we have in cloud, how to use those services. So each and everything we'll be learning from very basics up to the advanced level. So if you're from any background, IT background, non-IT background, data scientist, marketing, okay, maybe HR, or let us say maybe you came from some mechanical engineering background, no need to worry, my friend. When we start our regular classes, we'll just go with all the basic things that we need to learn, then we'll go with the advanced concept. Okay, so today's session is only to understand how good is cloud and how important is cloud for our company, or for our jobs or whatever. Okay, so yeah, this is what cloud is all about, my friend. This is the way companies are using cloud, and they are looking for people who can work for them, and you can launch all the services for them. You can use all the services. So as a cloud administrator, I should be familiar with these virtual servers. I should be familiar with the server operating systems, storage, security, and a bit this route table. So I should know all these things actually, and these are the things we are learning here. There are many services we have, so you can just go through these syllabus one. So majorly this is what we need to learn as a cloud administrator, as a cloud practitioner, as a cloud solution architect engineer. So this is what we need to learn. Okay, so it's up to you now. If you have any doubts, any questions, if you want to talk to me directly, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. This is a very basic session here, my friend. Again, I'm repeating whatever we have discussed today, like virtual servers, storage, security group, everything has a different, session, or maybe like multiple sessions. Coming to something like storage, there are totally 5 sessions on storage, my friend. So it's not like storage is just your place where you're saving data, where you're keeping data. We have totally 5 sessions on storage. Okay. So Amazon is one of the, widely used cloud services across the globe. Amazon is at #1 place for last 10-12 years. #2 is for Microsoft, and then #3 is for like Google. These are the top 3 cloud providers we have across the globe for last many years. Okay, friends. So yeah, it's up to you now. If you have any doubts or questions, hopefully we will see this. And like I said, tomorrow is one more small demo session, a basic demo session. Hopefully we'll try to see more about cloud tomorrow. Okay, and then we will start our regular classes. Okay, I'll just ask a question to Neeta because she said she is working as a data scientist. So if you're working as a data scientist, what is the requirement for you to learn cloud computing here, Neeta? Any special requirement? Because nowadays, if you're working as a programmer or data scientist or, whatever job role you have, the company is asking you people to learn the cloud, right? Because you need to deploy something there. You need to run some coding there. You need to run some application there. Yeah. So the answer is they want to deployment part also. Exactly. So I'm not expecting people to change their careers from data scientist to cloud. Cloud is a part of their work. Okay, I'm not asking people to change their career from like Python developer to cloud. Okay, Python developer, you can continue with Python developer, but cloud is part of your work actually. You should know where to run the code. You should know where to test everything. You should know where to save the data. All these things you're going to learn in cloud actually. So it's not possible for company to like simply, train everything to you in a company, right? I have seen many people in many of the batches where people are coming as a Java developer and they says like, we are not shifting the career from Java developer to cloud. We just want to move in Java development field only, but the company is asking them to learn cloud. And suppose if there is someone who is trying to make a career in cloud, that is well and good. But what I'm saying here is not only as a cloud administrator or not only as someone who is, planning to make a career in cloud, people who are from some other background, they also need to learn the cloud because that is a part of their work. That is a part of their job. Yeah, so she says I'm not changing but need knowledge. Yeah. Okay, fine. So anything else here, friends? Any questions, any doubts about your cloud or anything related to AWS or anything related with any of your doubts? Hopefully we'll discuss here.
Yeah, hi. This is Reddy.
Yeah, Tirumala.
So, Amazon AWS Partner Central, there is there right in Amazon, sir? What is that actually?
Amazon?
Partner Central. Actually, companies are providing with that Amazon AWS Partner Central portal.
Uh-huh.
What it is exactly?
Let me just check it once.
So, in Tech Mahindra, they are offering to register with AWS Partner Central.
Central or center?
Yes, Central Partner Central. Yeah.
Okay, let me just check it. What is this? I think they are providing you some, membership. Yeah, I was expecting that. Yeah, you can become like, you can become their partner. Maybe you can, promote their services. Okay. Or you can, use their services and you can, promote their services to the other people. So it's, sorry, it's like Microsoft people also have the same option actually. Okay, so
Yeah. So in that portal, there is a one field is this, like so the certification and all is the option is there. So is it related to certification after completion of this course? We can go with the certifications here.
see, certification is a different ball game, my friend. Certification is completely different. If you want to go with certification, there is one easy way. There is a option called, there is a website called Exam Collection. You just need to go to this Exam Collection website, and we have some dumps available here. If you want to write any exam, any online exam, you can write online exams by using dumps. So see, if you go to this Amazon here, and you can see AWS Cloud Practitioner here, AWS Solution Architect Associate here. Just go to this and purchase these dumps. They will charge you some money. Let's say they are charging you $90 actually. How many questions you have here? 544 questions you have here, right? So when you go to exam, actually, you will get 40, 50 or maximum 60 questions. Around 55 to 60 questions you will get. So all these 55 to 60 questions will come from these dumps. So writing an exam is altogether a different thing. The actual thing is the learning process. You should know the concept very well. You should know the technology very well. Examination is actually the easiest thing you do. I repeat, examination is the easiest thing you do because you already get some questions there. This is not cheating in a way, my friend. This is the way all the 80 exams will be written. So you just need to get all these questions. These questions will be multiple choice questions and answers. So take these questions, prepare these questions and go for your examination. Whatever examinations I did in my career from Microsoft, Cisco and other things, I did from by using these dumps only. And whoever writes the examination, they will write the exams by using these dumps. So dumps means some question answers will be there which are valid for like 1 month, 40 days, whatever the time will be there. So within that particular time period, prepare these 544 questions and go for the examination. 100%, whatever questions you are coming, let us say you got totally 52 questions in examination. All these 52 questions will come from these 554 questions. So for this, there is no need for to go to like, the partners, AWS partner network or whatever. This is actually for business purpose. This is not for your exams and all those things. This
Okay.
is for your business purpose.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
I hope you understood how to go for the examination, right? Examination is completely different thing. See, if you go to Microsoft here, you will get all the certifications that are related with Microsoft. If you go to Google, you will get all the certifications that are related to Google. Cisco, VMware, HP, Citrix. These are like very big companies. Juniper is again a gigantic company in networking actually. So that's the way you write your exams. And if you want to go with some other company, you'll find everything here. Okay, Anita says she is looking for job change. So many company want. Yeah, that is what I said, right? Every company wants you to have knowledge on AWS actually. Fine. See, this is your first session, so you may not understand everything in first session. So there's the reason when we go with one more session that is tomorrow, hopefully things will be more easier for you to understand. Okay. But still, I'm here for like your questions. So we have simply discussed some basic things. I'll do one thing tomorrow when we come. I'll just try to organize things in again from very basic up to some, the cloud computing level so that you can understand things in the better way. But as of now, when you see this here, this is a very big statement actually. Physical server, physical storage, physical firewalls, everything is physical, but physical, things will be very difficult for us to manage. So what we do, we go with a virtual environment. So from where we will get the virtual environment, like I said, cloud people like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, all these people have, huge infrastructure spread across the globe, and they are providing this infrastructure to us in the form of a service. So we just need to connect them and we just need to use them. Okay, whatever is our requirement, we use them and we pay money according to our usage. Like, it is something like your electricity bill. Electricity bill is not same every month, right? You may get electricity bill as, let's say, 1500 rupees last month. Maybe this month you may get 3,500 rupees. If you consume more power, you will get more bill. Cloud is something like this. How much you are using from Amazon, how much services you are using, how much servers you are using, how much storage you are using, according to your usage, the bill will come. Anyhow, bill we are not paying, right? Because the company will pay the bill. One of the responsibility of the cloud administrator is to minimize the bill. See, if your requirement is 2 TB of storage, I have to take 2 TB only. AWS people will provide me 200 TB also. So if they can provide me 200 TB, can I go with 200 TB? No, it is simply waste of resources, right? So if my company requirement is 2 TB, just go with like 2 TB. Do not go with like 200 TB. This is one of the things we need to understand carefully. How much is our requirement and how much we need to use. We cannot take more resources. We cannot say like, okay, AWS people have huge data centers. They have many resources to offer. So let us take more resources. So if you take more resources, then obviously you need to pay more money. This is as simple as this. So one of the things that we will focus more in our coming classes is the pricing model. If you're using 2 servers, how much money you are spending there? If you're using like say 100 GB storage, how much money you are spending there? All these things we need to understand very carefully. Then only we can utilize our resources in the best way. We can save our money. Cloud computing is all about saving money. On this physical infrastructure, you may be spending, let's say, 2 crore rupees. On this cloud infrastructure, on day one, you are spending $0 or 0 rupees. But again, you know, after some days or weeks or months, you need to pay some money. So whenever you are paying some money, how much money you can save, that is what you need to, one of the things you need to understand in our learning process. Obviously, you see in your home, right? Your parents and your family members, they will say, if you're not using this fan, power off the fan. If you're not using the light, power off the light. Because if you power off, you are saving some power, you are saving your money. Same logic we need to apply in cloud. Okay, same logic we need to apply in cloud. So we will see all these things in more details.
Hello, sir. This is Venkat. I can able to unmute myself today.
Yeah,
I have a
Venkat.
couple of questions.
Yeah, Venkat,
So,
please go ahead.
one first question is like, can I come to the class and be there on in class and listen to this your class, or it should be on online all the time?
Venkat, this is an online session only, my friends. So every time it will be online only.
Okay. So so my second question is like, I am targeting for the cloud practitioner test, which is the basic one, the fundamental one. And as I said, as you said yesterday, that you would be covering the fundamentals as well as which is certification course, right? The cloud
Solution Architect Associate.
practitioner certification course as well as solution architect. So I'll be in a position to take the two certifications, right?
See, when you go with this course, please listen carefully. When you go with this course, this is a job-oriented course. So what we did here is we took the topics from practitioner and the certification, the solution architect, and we are preparing ourselves for jobs and interviews. See, whenever you learn anything, there are two different things here, my friend. One is learning, another one is your certification. See, today is 26th. Within 10 days, you can become cloud practitioner certified person within next 10 days. Just now I showed you, right? Dumps. So writing examination is a different ball game. Writing examination is simply different. It is simply all about dumps. It is simply all about how much you can memorize.
Okay.
That's it. Multiple choice question answers will be there. So some questions may get like 3 answers, some questions may get like 2 answers, whatever. Multiple choice question answers will be there. So you just need to go there and you need to write your exam. So whichever exam you're writing, it doesn't matter. Across the globe, wherever you're living, whichever city, country, continent, wherever, whenever you face an interview on AWS cloud administration, the topics, the questions and the topics will be similar everywhere. If you're in US or UK or India or somewhere in Singapore or somewhere in Australia, it doesn't matter. There are certain topics which will be used by every company. There are certain services which will be used in every company. So the interviews will be conducted on those topics only. This is not only for AWS, my friend. This is for all the other certifications actually. Certification pattern is different and the learning pattern is different. So you should learn according to the market requirement, according to the job requirement. Okay, and certification is just to get a certification actually. I have seen many people who became certified first, who did the certification first, then they came and learned the courses.
Okay. So does this DURGASOFT will help us in achieving the certifications? Any kind of help or guidance will be provided apart from the training, or is it's just the way we go with the flow in the training?
See, training is my responsibility. Certification, I will guide you where you can go for certification, how much money you need to pay. All these things I'll guide you. No institute will provide the certification. For certifications, you should go with a separate examination center.
Exactly.
That is actually called, I'm just missing the name, just a second.
Prometric Center or something?
Pearson View or Prometric Center, exactly.
Okay.
Pearson View.
Okay, got it. So you are from Hyderabad, sir, actually, or is?
Yeah, I am from Hyderabad.
So you're teaching from the institute or you're teaching from your own place?
No, I'm teaching from my own place, actually. I'm teaching from my home.
Okay. Sure. So just in case, in general, I'm just, not related to the training. So is there any way that we can able to meet the in-person? Because I have few more questions where I would like to talk offline, something like that.
See,
at the DURGASOFT only, because I am from US actually. I came for the holidays here, and
okay.
I work for AWS, and I am into talent acquisition and HR in Seattle, Washington. So
Okay.
we got laid off recently,
Uh-huh.
and there are chances of getting roles once I certify this cloud practitioner test, then I have a chances of getting into AWS back again. So I've been with AWS since it's like more than 2 years with Amazon AWS.
Okay.
So I just came for holidays here and thought like I would be slightly get into a technical aspect, because I am totally into semi-technical, like HR
Yeah.
talent acquisition.
Yeah.
I used to hire a lot of people. So I
Yeah.
thought cloud practitioner would be a good bet to get back into the AWS.
Exactly. To start your career, cloud practitioner is actually the first step. Then you can go with the associate and all these examinations. We can do one thing, my friend. I need to follow some protocol, right? So I can do one thing. You can call the DURGASOFT people, and they will, make a conference call with me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
whenever you're free, let's say tomorrow, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, before 6 actually, if you want to talk to me directly, then that's a one way. Or I can do one more thing. I can just share the email ID so that you can simply get in touch with me through email.
Yeah, that would be good. If you can able to, please. Anyway, I'm going to come tomorrow to the office to pay the fees and also talk to them, because I'm not getting any proper response to them. So that's only the reason I thought like, it's a better way to talk to the instructor directly. There is nothing such like, unofficial kind of thing, but I have
Yeah, yeah.
plenty of doubts. That's because that's the reason I just disclosed where do I work and where do I stay. So I just
Yeah.
wanted a proper guidance to get into that one. So that's all,
Yeah,
nothing more than that.
I got your requirement, Venkat. So I just shared some mail ID here so that you can throw all the questions to me. Hopefully, I'll come to all your questions in deep details.
Sure,
Okay.
definitely. I'll do that one.
Okay, there is one more question. Let me just take the question. It is from Ankit. I think you joined just now, Ankit. There are two questions actually. Is AWS good? AWS is not good. Actually, AWS is great, my friend. It is too good for you to start your career. And the other question is, after completing with, will company will give job to a fresher also? See, do not expect a job only on AWS. If with AWS, if you have something like, let's say Linux, with AWS, that is a good combination. Only AWS, I'm not sure you'll get a job. I'm brutal honest here. Only AWS is okay. You can get job in very few places, but with AWS, if you have the concepts of Linux administration or some other concepts that are like, related with our AWS, then it will be like great for you. So we are living in a world where there is, multitasking is very common, right? I cannot think about only AWS. I cannot think about moving only in AWS. It's very rare, especially in a country like India. We have few jobs available, if I can say frankly, and many people who are applying for those jobs, right? So we should be like, we should make our resume a bit bigger, not by adding any fake things, just by, learning some other things. So the better option for you, if you're a fresher, is Linux plus AWS. What you learn first, it's up to you. Okay, but you should go with like Linux as well as AWS, both the things. Okay, Ankit, anything else? Okay, no issues. If you're from non-IT background also, there is no issue, Ankit. You'll be learning everything in the best and the easiest way. So you can start everything from cloud, but while learning cloud, better you can go and learn the Linux part also. That will be like added advantage for you. As of now, I'm not taking any other coaching. I'm busy with many other commitments actually. So hopefully this is what June, right? By the end of July, I'll be starting the Linux administration. I have taken many Linux administration classes before, but here in DurgaSoft, by the end of the next month, hopefully I'll be starting my Linux classes as well. My package will be Linux plus AWS, and hopefully after a couple of months, I'll be, starting the Azure part also. AWS and Azure, they are similar theoretically. Practically, there are some differences and there are some services which are different. So it's always great, when you go with any technology, go with like two companies. Like, if you go with cloud, better go with AWS plus Azure. AWS is at number 1, Azure, Microsoft Azure is at number 2. Okay. In a country like US, their thinking is different. Their, working methods are different. Everything is different. If you know only CCNA course in a country like USA, you're eligible to get a job. If you know only AWS, you're eligible to get a job in a country like US. But the other places, things are a bit different, my friend. If you apply for a job in India, there are very heavyweights already applied for the job, for the same job. They already know Linux, they already know AWS, they already done some training on Azure and all those things. So this is just your start, Ankit. So better go with AWS Linux. Okay, within 2 months and 2.5 months, you can finish AWS and Linux. Then you are in a better position to apply for jobs, and then you will get hopefully many calls on this combination, Linux plus AWS.
Quick question, sir. One more. So, do you want me to come to DurgaSoft personally and request them to get a conference call or something like that?
No, you can simply call them on the number. They have like some numbers there.
Okay. So when is the best time that you would suggest me to call, like so that we can discuss a little more in, detail?
Tomorrow before this class, let's say 5:30.
Got it. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, Ankit, this is not Linux here. As of now, this 6 p.m. batch is only for AWS. Linux will start at some other time. Hopefully, like as I said, next month. I have some commitments, my friend. I have already some projects to do. So hopefully, once I finish everything, I'll be available for Linux classes also in DurgaSoft. Morning 7 a.m. I am busy with some other class. We have already started a batch like some 3 weeks before. So morning there is no slot available for me. I'm only available at 6 p.m. as of now. So this is for AWS.
So what would be the duration of this course actually?
It will take 45 to 50 days.
Okay.
So when we start our classes, it will take around 45 days to complete this course. Again, I'm repeating, if you think about this certification, like I said, certification is a different thing.
Right.
The course is a different thing. Not only in DurgaSoft, not only this particular course, every course that you get over the, online or offline sessions, wherever, majority of courses will be like job-oriented courses. Because, nowadays, if you know only AWS, it's not possible, like in many cases, to get a job, at least in India or some other countries. Okay, so we will train you, or the institutes will train you for a job. They will see, okay, these are the requirements in every company. So this is the syllabus for this particular course, and you will be getting training on this particular topics.
So is it like, as you said, it is a job-oriented training. So that does it mean like, is it like a real-time environment experience will be given something, or is we are, I mean, anything that you would be taking us to the real-time environment?
See, whenever we do a topic, whenever we do some lab, it should be like the real time. See, whatever I do here, for example, when I go to my account here and see, you can see many options here, right? So there are certain operating systems here like AWS, Linux, Ubuntu, Microsoft, Red Hat. You should know how to select this OS. You should know how to create a machine. You should know what to do on that particular machine. So in some cases, Windows are better. In some cases, Ubuntu is better. In some cases, Linux is better. So what I'm trying to say here is everything is practical based. And whenever you do the practicals, it is like you are working in some company. Okay. So all these things will be same when you work in a company. So when you create a storage, for example, You have some storage, you need to add some storage. So when you want to add some storage, you need to increase the storage. What are the scenarios or what are the cases where you want to increase the storage? So of course, everything should be related with the, actual working environment, right?
Okay. Got it.
Okay, there is one more question from Ankit. Which is better, what to do? See, I can say about cloud and the things that are related with cloud. This is one thing that is, great for any person from any background. If you see my yesterday's video, yesterday's demo, I say the same thing loud and clear. If you are from any background, my friend, cloud is something which is, a great option for any person. If you're from arts background, science background, or any expressive background, okay, this is one thing that is great for your career, because when you start learning cloud, you are learning everything from basics. You're learning everything from scratch. Okay, it's up to you to decide, Ankit, like what to do. Yeah, Venkat, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, what is the main difference between cloud practitioner certification and solution architect? Of course, the cloud practitioner is the fundamental basic thing to get into the cloud, this thing. And what kind of solution architect, what would be his roles and responsibilities in general?
See, whenever you see any certification, there is there are different levels actually, level 1, level 2, level 3. So they design everything. There are majorly two reasons for designing this level. One is the business purpose for the companies, because you'll go with practitioner examination, then solution architect examination, then, professional. We have like, that's a business. That is one thing. And the second thing is, it will be easy for the person who is learning. It will be easy for them to go step by step. Instead of learning everything in like, one go, it will be easy for them to go step by step. So practitioner and solution architect services will remain same, but when you go with like solution architect, the same services will come in more details. Okay. Some big services will be available there. In practitioner, maybe you're learning about the, cloud environment, the different types of clouds. Okay. Some addressing schemes like how to launch EC2 machines, how to connect to EC2 machines. Overall, the difference between practitioner and the solution architect will be some extra topics will be there in solution architect.
So what would be his roles and responsibility as a solution architect? So what he can do more than cloud practitioner in general?
See, when you work in a company, see, there are some services, for example, let's say EC2, IAM, storage, VPC. These are the four major services that a practitioner or solution architect, they both should know. Okay. Now, when you go with this EC2, within this EC2, we have like many things. Like, within EC2, if I can take you here, this is EC2. So in EC2, we have something called instances, images, EBS, network and security, load balancer, auto scaling. So when you go with the solution architect level, you'll be getting more knowledge of all these concepts. Instead of, just getting the overview, you'll be getting some in-depth knowledge of these particular concepts. Okay, so if you're a practitioner, you will be coming right here and working something. And if you're a solution architect person, you'll be again coming right here and working there. Okay, the IAM role, there is a role called IAM. Your senior administrator will decide what will be your role. They can say you have the permission on storage as a read-only permission. Okay, you can only see the content. Maybe you can take backup. Or maybe they can select, okay, you have the permission on storage as full control. Full control means you can manage storage, take backup, increase storage, decrease storage. Okay, you can do all these activities. So storage is a service. A practitioner is also working here, and a solution architect is also working here. But practitioner has limited controls. The solution person has a bit more controls there.
Okay. So in solution architect, he has all the control over all these four: EC2, IAM, storage.
Yeah,
and
he has more control actually.
More. Okay, so whereas practitioner has only limited, but he would be working on these four, or else he has only one particular, just like EC2 only for the cloud practitioner.
See, if you're a practitioner or a solution architect, my friend, you will be working only on one service, and on that service, you will be working on one sub-service.
Okay, got it. Okay.
in any field. Maybe your responsibility is only on load balancers and auto scaling. That's it. Maybe your responsibility in EC2 only on EC2. There are many more things in EC2, right? But your responsibility is only on EC2. Or maybe your responsibility is only on security group.
Right. Okay.
So see, within this EC2 service, I have, divided the role into like between 3 people here, right? So like this, you'll get some learning wise, you'll be learning many things, my friend. But working, you will get some responsibility. Maybe there are some days where, for next 10 days, you do nothing in a company. There is nothing to do. You just configure everything. Everything is working fine. Maybe for next 20 days, there is nothing to do. Or maybe there will be a day where, you are simply scratching your head.
Right.
That's the way it works, actually.
So how is Python related to this? What is your personal recommendation that Python should be known for a person to gets into this cloud, or what is your recommendation? Any fundamental Python is required for this?
Yeah, when you go with cloud architect in future of like 3, 4, 5 years, Python is something with which you should make friendship. Python is something which will come into our, job role someday or the other day. As of now, no need. As of now, no coding, no Python, nothing. If you want to go with DevOps also after AWS, there is no need of Python or anything. But, there will be a time when you become a senior person in a particular field, a company is expecting a lot of things from you.
Right.
This is, natural everywhere, not only with our technologies, with any other technologies. So, once you move in your career after like 3, 4, 5 years, company will expect you to know something about Python, and maybe after 3, 4 years, no one knows like what can be the other requirement. But as of now, Python is not needed. But if you can learn Python, that will be a great added advantage for you. But not now, hopefully after like a couple of years, maybe.
Got it. Yep, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, so Ankit, when is the next Linux batch? There are some other trainers who will be starting Linux batches soon, Ankit, but I'll be starting Linux batch after or maybe at the end of July. Okay, tell me the step-by-step progress. Okay, this is your big question. Okay, let me just write it down clearly for you. Let me just come here again. Okay. Linux plus AWS. Great. Then DevOps. First, it is Linux plus AWS. What you learn first, it doesn't matter, Linux or AWS, whatever. Then if you can go with like DevOps, you can see yourself in this field for next 10, 12, 15 years, at least for that much time. Okay, in coming years, hopefully, I'll just add Python here. This will come into play at some time in your career. So I'm just, writing it in light color here so that right now it is not needed, but hopefully in future it will. This can be the best path for you, Ankit, or for any person actually who wants to like, grow. This is your roadmap. Anyone, my friend, IT, non-IT, doesn't matter for anyone. People who are from IT background, what they do in college, my friend. I have came across people who did their bachelor's and master's related with IT. And when they come to me, they are simply like a fresher. So college degree is something else. Forget about college degree. Okay, what you do from today is the main thing actually. That is what it counts. So from today, whatever you are learning, you're equal to a person who has a degree in IT and a person who has a degree in non-IT. It doesn't matter. There are few companies, let us say 5 to 10% companies, they will see everything. How much you have in 10, how much you have in 10 plus 2, how much you have in masters, bachelors, all these things they will check there actually. But overall, there are 85 to 90% companies. They say like, okay, we need a person with a degree, bachelor's and master's, whatever, and the person should have like good concept, or they should have the certification on this particular technology. Okay, so just calm down, my dear Ankit. Hopefully things will be easy for you. Okay, so just go with this Linux and AWS and go with DevOps. It may take around 6 months for you to complete everything because, If you attend 2 classes in a day, it will be too difficult for you to understand. You're completely fresher and you're putting some pressure on yourself. So just go in an easy way. Next 4 to 6 months is very important for you. If you can spend this 4 to 6 months properly, the next 12, 15, 20 years will be like, it will be great for you.
So how is this Linux related to this cloud? Like, at which part that Linux comes into the picture?
See, when you go with these virtual servers, actually, in virtual servers, what we do, we create a server with either Windows machine or Linux machine. So after launching a machine here, launching means creating a machine. We should just create a machine. Majorly, we go with like Linux machines only, either it is Amazon, Ubuntu, or Red Hat. So once you connect to that machine, once you create that machine, actually, we should do some installations, that some basic application installation. Before we hand over this machine to the Linux administrator, as a cloud administrator, I have to do something there. Name changing or some other IP address or, some application installation. So all these things I have to know. Some user creation and all those things.
So we have an option of Windows and as well as Linux also, right? So most of the companies prefer Windows, right, rather than compared to the Linux. Or
no.
If the company says that we are working on Windows, then there is no need to use the Linux at that point of time when you support to the company.
Yeah, but Windows has its own, specialization things, special things, and Linux has its own, advantages. So no one can select which one a company will use. If you go to any medium to big level company, they will use both the OS. And medium to big level companies, they may go with Red Hat Linux as well as Ubuntu Linux. Different flavors. So there is no guarantee that a company is working only on Windows or Linux. But Linux has some advantages compared to Windows when you run your applications. Over 90% or around 85 to 90% of web servers, they are running on Linux machine actually.
Oh, okay.
That's a big number, right? So like this, some advantages are there in Linux. Windows has something called Active Directory. AD actually. So this is something which is only with Windows. It is not there in Linux, any of the Linux version. So overall, Linux has a bit upper hand compared to Windows.
So, in this course, as you mentioned, Linux plus AWS. I mean, are you just touching any in Windows side as well?
In this course, I'll be touching Linux side as well as Windows side. We need to create machines with Linux OS as well as Windows OS. I'll take you through the Windows Server operating systems. I'll show you how it looks. I'm not showing you the administration part. Okay. In Linux also, I'll take you to the Linux OS. I'll show you like what basic configuration we have to do there, not the administration part. So we'll create
both sides, no administration for Windows and as well as Linux, right?
Administration for Windows and Linux will take more than 2.5 months actually. So that's not needed, right?
In depth, right? Okay. Yeah. Got it. As you said, it is a job-oriented course, so you would be just touching the basic fundamentals of Windows and Linux, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever is needed with our cloud topics, that will be covered here.
Great. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Ankit, you'll be learning some basics of Linux. Linux plus AWS on CV, chances are huge. Yeah, of course. Both are like, highly demanding technologies, Linux as well as, if you go with complete Linux administration, then you have the opportunity to get a job in Linux as well as. You may get a job in Linux, or you may get a job in AWS, or you may get a job that is like, related with both. So we will get some basics of Linux here in our AWS, basics of Linux and basics of what is the other thing? Windows. Okay, so
one final question. Sorry to asking you so many questions actually. So what do you suggest, like, in-house face-to-face training is prefer, I mean, suggestible, or online should be okay? Because when it said like job-oriented courses, like, if it is like face to face on in classroom, probably we might have a lot of interaction and they would show you some practicals or something like that. So what do you think? Like, you know, it's
my
as good
friend.
as
See, my
online.
friend, COVID has changed everything, isn't it? I hope you're from Hyderabad, right?
Yes, I am.
So you know the Amirpet, Maitrivanam, Amirpet area.
Yes. Yeah.
I am giving trainings there for last, 13, 14 years. I started 2009, 10 actually. I was, giving some lectures on MCSE and CCNA back in those days. I remember those days actually, if you want to cross the road, sometimes it was a bit difficult for us to just cross a small lane actually, because that many students were coming and going. But right now, when you go and see the Amirpet area, I can say around 5% students are coming here. Because, we have 2 GB internet in every mobile phone. You are maybe living somewhere in a village, a small village, and from there you can connect to any class. So as of now, the things are a bit different. So majority of institutes, they are offering only online classes. Okay, some are offering online plus offline, but as of now, majority of institutes are offering only offline. But coming to the, the learning method, I don't think any difference between online and offline. The only difference is you may see the person there, you may see the person face, and you can just, interact with him face to face. But whatever you can do in offline, you can do everything in online as well.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, so you're not in offline classes also, we are not using blackboard or whiteboard, for example. We are simply using the same, MS Paint or whatever, applications we have. We are just presenting things there in that way.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, friends. So yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, thanks a lot. So that's it for the day, friends, and hope to see you again tomorrow at same time. Tomorrow it will be, yeah, Ankit, you will get all the demos, all the recorded classes, actually, no issues. You will get each and every class there. Every session will be recorded, and the recorded sessions will be shared with you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you
Thanks.
soon tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah. See you. Bye. Take care. Yeah. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you, Ramana. Swati, any questions from your side, or shall we stop the session? Okay, fine. No questions. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again tomorrow at same time. Bye.